now that I tell y'all all my business, I'm going to tell y'all a little bit more. Now, you know, I would have been here a little earlier, but, you know, I had a whole lot of things I needed to do. In fact, I even had a different kind of poem made for you, but what happened was, I started marinating on my life, right? And the excuses that we used before I thought my joint was tired, right? And the conclusion that I drew is right about now, I say I'm blessed. But if the shortest distance between 2 points of the line, sometimes I find I'm like an S. Sophisticated and smooth, sometimes I'm stubborn and silly. In seconds I split a sucker over skin and a filling. You see, now, I'm slow to anger and I'm quick to listen. You say, well, Marlon, POW, what made you different? What made you change your whole mission? Well, it all started back when I was a youngin', naive, short, and skinny. Came to Miami by way of Brooklyn, and to Brooklyn by way of Trini. No. And what had happened was, through changes, I got caught up in the middle, and my attitude to root for school, and so they wanted me on Ritalin. My dad refused, and see, I wanted to do better and be smarter, but what had happened was, those problems got more tricky and more harder, so they kept me back a year because they were questioning my confidence. Reading so-so math, oh no, woo! And so it stripped me of my confidence. And that confidence thing, it runs deep. It has to grow, it can't be forced, and even though they skipped me back up to the fourth, and what had happened was, through junior high and senior high, I fought, but for some reason I always felt a day late and $1 short, and my rebellion, it took control. Man, I gave my moms all kind of lip. At least I thought about it. My dad's left hand was way too heavy and too swift, and so what I did was draw my talents in the chorus in the band. And it seemed like for the first time that I had the upper hand, and so what happened was I started getting noticed, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking like, for a dark-skinned brother without bow legs, I can't blow this. Because y'all know, back in the day, mahogany, they wasn't feeling. But once them light-skinned, curly-haired, green-eyed brothers played out and retired, man, I made it sure. But then what happened was, I overcompensated for the lack of confidence, and so my parents got frustrated. I did everything in excess to understand the moderates. The footsteps of my big brother, it was too difficult to follow it after high school. I wanted to go to college, but I doubted it. I just wanted moms and pops to see my actions. I'd be proud of it. So I was thinking, I knew that I had talent. You know, I could rap, I could sing, I could act. Poison Clan was at my battles after class, and I saw that I could get out early once. I took the ass baths. Next thing you know, recruiters are like, you ain't do half by it. And my dad was like, check it out some more. But my mom's was like, don't tell my son to get shoot up in some war. And it was on. Shine your boots and bare buckles. I want some sit-ups and some one-arm push-ups on your knuckles. See, physically they never fazed me, but what amazed me was mentally along those days. Yo, it was crazy. But then what happened was, them drill sergeants was trapping. Always picking on me, clicking. Fire guard and extra duty in the kitchen, and in a couple of weeks, whenever they seen you, that's you. I mean, they don't know your gigs, or what kind of crib you live, or what you've been through. It's the same jacked up fade with no tape. Same pickled suit, same spit shiny boots. You can't fake, so my attitude was like, I don't care, son. But inside confidence-wise, I'm back to square one. But then what happened was, it all started to click. And then I bumped into God and developed a whole new relationship. Expert with the grenade and the rifle, but now I'm breathing for my future, and I don't see no need to stifle, so Marlon hit the ground running. Only brother in that nursing class of 75 students, and I'm coming. Miami Hurricanes I went to school with. Phi Beta Sigma I was cool with. Blue, no. And I was smooth like Kool-Aid. Plus the Rock and Warren Sapp were just some cats that I used to play school with. But then what happened was, them frat parties were hurting. All play and no work, and next semester, I would do better for certain. But then what happened was, there's a storm came. Then I was activated in a Hurricane Andrew relief, a different type of war game. So naturally, what had happened was, I got behind a few semesters, so I had to get paid. So I drove for UPS, which meant underpaid slave. Real talk, now. Let me tell you everything. That would work. And let me tell you, that blue collar meant black and blue. So I knew that in a few, I had to get back in school real soon. See, between the U.S. Army, UPS, and UM, you should have told me in the beginning of fine print. Warning, may experience unfair treatment due to national change, which is the object may appear closer than it really is. All active participants may be subject to player hating and faking due to the appearance of too much confidence and confidence. I'm shaking because all the ones I'm trying to graduate and study for the boards. My frat brother is killed in a hate crime and I'm sore. I found that I'm soon to be a dad and I'm glad, but I'm a student with 3 jobs and I can't take no more. Roughed up and scuffed up by the cops. Your ears ringing from the gunshots. Pop, pop, your homeboy drops. 2 in the military, 3 in a civilian block. And then what happened was I just started to pray. I said, Lord, I just can't take no more of these rainy days, and then the sun came out in the form of a family. You know, I got my degree from the University of Miami. You know, I started working as a nurse, and I was scared at first, but soon it wasn't a patient that the doctor couldn't hand me. But then what happened was I heard cold blue, my patient is crashing, and I'm asking, did I do all that I can do, that heartbeat beat, because one arm beat. Do that flat line? It just won't get wavy, dude. And then what happened was, I lost it another. I'm pounding on his chest and I'm thinking it's going crying to my mother. And as I gathered all my confidence, I was sprinting on the floor. You know, I thought of all the other times I felt like this before to see if I couldn't stand tall. I wouldn't have fallen and got smaller so that I could learn to fall, get much stronger, and be taller. And so what happened was, I realized that see, we're bound to have these kind of days, y'all. All we can do is try. Now, the Bible says, the Lord has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power of love and a sound mind. So I'll be the best son, best firefighter, best soldier, best nurse, best husband, best father to my kids while getting older, best writer, best friend, best officer and gentleman, best spoken word artist for the audience attention. And what had happened was that boy is here today. So I can say exactly what had happened when excuses paved the way, like, I would have been here a little earlier. I had way too many things to do, or I even had a different kind of poem made for you. But what had happened was, I started marinating on my life, and the excuses that were used before, I thought my joint was tight, but now, I'm slow to anger and quick to listen. He said, well, Marlon, what made you different? What made you change your whole mission? God, that's what had happened. See, I grew hard, but thanks to God, I'm living large, and I made it against the odds. That's what had happened. Thank you.
Yes.